Good morning and welcome to this edition of Tank Time. It's graduation day. That means that the little honey gold gouramis have made it through quarantine and now they're in the big tank. It's actually occurred a couple of days ago. And they're just starting to get a little more comfortable with this big place for such a little fish. There's the other one. And first couple of days they hung up near the top, just intimidated by it all. And gradually they started to forage and discover all these neat plants, and now they're just perfectly at home. They know nobody's gonna eat them. They've already had their encounter with these two clowns. Where'd they go? There's one. There's Spot. Of course, they're no threat. They're not piscivorous in any way. They will, however, eat fish eggs. A little ghost shrimp in the picture. And meanwhile, over here, these little lovebirds have the place all to themselves. They have a whole nest to play in. There's the female. She just recently spawned. She got her walking papers yesterday. And he is in there with a big batch of about 30 eggs. And as you can see, the tank is still crystal clear. Plants look great. Whenever I drop an algae biscuit in there, all the snails converge on it. There she goes, nipping at it right now. But if you can see amongst the gravel, all those little ram's horn snails, they're just digging it. And she is too. I gave her one bloodworm this morning. This tank's a little tricky to feed now because there's only 2 fish and only one of them's eating. Apparently when the males do guard duty, they don't eat or anything. They make one little brief appearance during the day. They make a lap around the tank, he does, and then back to business. Now over here, we have the pea puffer tank. And the latest, greatest addition is this big Anubias nana. There's one of the pea puffers now. This breaks up the tank a lot, and it also brings it together. Well, let me explain that. First of all, the little dude that hangs out under this heater has claimed this side of the Anubias, whereas Big Jane here and the other male have taken up refuge, have claimed this and most of the Anubias. Now they meet in the middle, so they actually hang out more together since I've introduced this. As you can see, the Java moss is really coming back. Thank you for finally putting me in water and light where I belong. It was this kind of looking thing in a ramekin when I bought it. It had green tips. So I thought, this is as good as it's gonna get. I bought it, took it home, and it's roaring back to life. You can see the tips of it are just really starting to green up now. The other plants in the place are looking good. These Anubias, or not Anubias, cryptocorynes in the back there, starting to put out new growth. The Kabambas are holding their own. Hey, you. And, looking good in here. And you're looking good too. Meanwhile, at the kiddie table, I decided to take 3 of these bad boys out of here and put them in my tank. And I've limited it to 3 mollies. And instead of like 16, what did I have? Like crazy amount. And I took the black one of the really peppered ones, and a gold one. The rest of these are getting really close. That about wraps it up for this edition of Tank Time. Oh, I got one more thing to show you. Of course, the big tank in the bedroom. Here's one of the little guys now. Big old playpen. There's the king, or the night goby, king of the territory. Here's the other molly. There's the other molly way up in the corner, up by the heater. I just turned the lights on, so everybody is a little sleepy yet. That about wraps it up for this edition of Tank Time. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and remember, better days are ahead.